This device claims to regulate the human immune system with a single cycle of blood circulation. If that sounds unbelievable, stay with us because what you're about to hear is very real. In the quiet city of Denver, Colorado, a medical device has emerged with the potential to reset immune responses at their core. The company behind it is SeaStar Medical Holding Corporation, and the device at the center of it all is called the Selective Cytopheretic Device, or SCD. Unlike traditional blood filtration technologies that remove inflammatory molecules like cytokines, SCD goes after the very immune cells responsible for producing them. It extracts overactive neutrophils and monocytes, exposes them to a low calcium environment to modulate their function, and returns them to the body. This is not filtration, it's cellular reprogramming of the immune system. In February 2024, the U.S. Food and Drug Administration granted the device humanitarian device exemption approval for use in pediatric patients with septic acute kidney injury, a rare and often fatal condition. By July 2024, the product was officially being shipped to hospitals. Then comes the mystery. Despite FDA approval and product delivery, SeaStar Medical reported just $340,000 in quarterly revenue. With a commercially launched product and regulatory backing, why is revenue still so low? The company says the humanitarian approval pathway involves additional steps: hospital ethics board approval, individualized patient enrollment, physician training, and post-use reporting. These requirements slow adoption, especially in pediatric intensive care. But even knowing that, what came next deepens the mystery. In June 2024, the company executed a 1-for-25 reverse stock split. This is a standard move to maintain NASDAQ listing requirements when the share price falls below $1. But it's also widely seen as a red flag, a last resort signaling financial distress. Shortly after, SeaStar Medical raised an additional $8.4 million in equity financing. And then another unexpected event. In August 2025, the chief financial officer was suddenly dismissed, and the chief executive officer assumed the roles of both CFO and principal accounting officer. In publicly traded companies, separating these roles is standard governance to ensure internal oversight and audit integrity. The sudden consolidation of control in a single executive raises legitimate concerns. What could this unusual structure mean? Was there an issue with financial reporting, internal controls, or external audit readiness? Investors were left without answers. Meanwhile, SeaStar Medical's clinical programs continued to advance. Its pivotal trial for adult acute kidney injury passed a critical midpoint by September 2025 with no safety issues and a recommendation to continue enrollment. In fact, the trial's sample size was increased to strengthen its statistical power. The company also expanded into other indications: systemic inflammatory response syndrome after heart surgery and cardiorenal syndrome in heart failure patients. Some of these programs secured $3.6 million in research grants from the National Institutes of Health. Remarkably, SeaStar Medical also received CMS approval for Medicare and Medicaid reimbursement of clinical trial expenses, a rare vote of confidence from the U.S. government. Yet, despite all of this, technical credibility, public funding, institutional trust, investors are still left wondering, why isn't this translating into real revenue? A few theories emerge. Perhaps the device is too operationally complex to be adopted quickly. Maybe reimbursement systems aren't yet ready. Or perhaps the hospital integration, training, and monitoring burdens are heavier than expected. It's also possible that management underestimated these barriers. One thing is clear: innovation alone is not enough. The commercial infrastructure, payer engagement, and clinical workflows must align. Otherwise, even the most powerful technology can remain commercially dormant. So the central question remains: can SeaStar Medical bridge the gap between groundbreaking technology and meaningful financial performance? Or has it misjudged the timeline or even the pathway to monetization? Before we close, the ValueStir channel welcomes your input. If there's a listed, unlisted, or pre-IPO stock or crypto project you'd like us to investigate, drop a comment below. Your tips shape the stories we tell next. This was ValueStir.